Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Okay, picture this. It's June 2026, and the globe is absolutely buzzing with the kickoff of the FIFA World Cup. The stadiums are packed, the energy is completely electric, and the world's attention is entirely locked on to the beautiful game. But right alongside the sheer excitement of the tournament, we've witnessed the sudden, explosive eruption of a massive viral rumor surrounding one of football's most recognizable, and honestly, most respected figures. Today, we're unpacking the wild story surrounding French midfielder N'Golo Kanté and looking at exactly how an unverified claim about his personal life totally hijacked the global conversation in just a matter of days.
And so, that brings us to the core question we're going to unpack today. How exactly does an unverified rumor go global overnight? Now, I want to be incredibly clear right up front. This explainer is absolutely not about indulging in trashy sports gossip. No way. Instead, we're using this current event as a fascinating, real-time case study into the mechanics of digital virality. We're going to literally break down the anatomy of misinformation, looking at how the modern internet takes a claim with zero backing and amplifies it to millions of screens worldwide. But to really understand how misinformation spreads like wildfire, we first need to objectively examine exactly what is being said and compare it directly to what has actually been verified.
All right, let's dive into this. Section 1. The viral rumor, claims versus reality. So let's contrast the online narrative with the actual verified facts. On the one hand, social media feeds were flooded with anonymous posts alleging that Kanté was facing this incredibly complex legal dispute involving divorce proceedings and intense battles over international asset division under French law. Sounded huge, right? But then, we look at the verified facts and the picture is entirely different. There are zero official statements from Kanté or his representatives, zero confirmed court records, and absolutely no credible media outlet has been able to verify a single piece of this narrative. It's a complete disconnect, a total split between a sensationalized story and, well, actual evidence.
Now, you might be wondering, why did anyone actually fall for this? Well, part of the reason this rumor gained so much traction is because it wrapped itself up in very authentic-sounding legal jargon. French marital property regimes are real, legitimate legal frameworks. They govern how assets are divided in a marriage, utilizing concepts like community property or the separation of assets. By sprinkling these complex legal terms into viral posts, the anonymous accounts gave their unverified claims this false veneer of authority. To the casual scroller, it looked like a thoroughly researched legal scoop.
But legal experts were super quick to push back on all this internet speculation. This quote right here really hits the nail on the head. Celebrity-related rumors frequently oversimplify or misrepresent how family law operates. The experts pointed out that applying sweeping, general international asset laws to a specific individual, especially without any verified documentation, prenuptial agreements, or any actual jurisdictional context, just leads to massive public misunderstandings. You simply cannot reverse engineer a complex legal outcome based on a handful of unverified tweets. It just doesn't work that way.
Moving on to Section 2, the privacy paradox.
So if there's absolutely no evidence for any of this, we have to ask, out of all the players at the 2026 World Cup, why did Kanté become the prime target for this wave of speculation? Well, look at his profile. He's a 2018 FIFA World Cup winner, globally celebrated for his immense humility and strict professional discipline. Off the pitch, the guy lives an extremely private, low-profile lifestyle, and he is almost never involved in off-pitch controversies. He's the exact opposite of a tabloid fixture. He literally just shows up, plays brilliant football, and goes home.
And this leads us to a fascinating concept media analysts call the privacy paradox. It turns out, when a highly recognizable global figure maintains a genuinely quiet lifestyle, it inadvertently breeds intense public curiosity. You know how they say nature abhors a vacuum? Well, the internet does too. Because Kanté doesn't provide the media with a constant stream of typical celebrity drama, a massive void of information exists around his personal life. And unfortunately, anonymous online accounts and engagement-hungry fan pages are more than eager to fill that vacuum with pure speculation. This rumor isn't just a random fluke, it's a textbook example of a much larger, highly predictable system at play in our digital media landscape.
Which brings us to Section 3, the anatomy of sports misinformation.
Media analysts have actually identified a very specific recipe for how these viral moments are manufactured.
It's like a three-step playbook. It starts with step 1, a sensational, emotionally charged claim, something designed to immediately grab your attention and make you stop scrolling. From there, we hit step 2. It thrives on minimal sourcing, usually coming from an anonymous account completely unbound by any journalistic standards. Finally, step 3, rapid amplification. Casual readers, shocked by the headline, immediately share the post. By the time anyone actually pauses to ask for proof, the narrative has already been viewed millions of times, completely bypassing any traditional journalistic safeguards.
And listen, timing is absolutely everything here. During the off-season, an athlete's vulnerability to speculation is pretty low. During the regular season, it naturally bumps up to medium. But right now, during a major global tournament like the World Cup, vulnerability is at its absolute peak. The 2026 World Cup acts as a massive accelerant. Public attention is skyrocketing. Global media engagement is entirely focused on these specific players, and the algorithms are totally primed to push any content related to the tournament. It creates the perfect storm for rumor cycles to explode. But here's the good news. Understanding how these mechanics work empowers us. We don't just have to be passive scrollers. We can actively protect ourselves from being misled. And that leads us to our final part today, Section 4, the Media Literacy Playbook. If you take away absolutely nothing else from this explainer today, please let it be this. Without verified documentation or credible sources, a viral story remains pure speculation. Honestly, it doesn't matter if a post has 10 likes or 10 million views. Until official statements emerge or verified legal filings are presented by credible media organizations, the narrative holds zero actual weight. As fans and observers, our attention should rightly return to where it belongs, on the pitch, watching these incredible athletes do what they do best.
Which leaves us with this final thought to carry with you through the rest of this tournament, and honestly, every time you open a social media app. When the whistle blows, will you trust the evidence or the algorithm? Because in this incredibly fast-moving digital age, separating fact from highly engineered fiction is simply the most important skill we can develop. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay curious, stay critical, and hey, enjoy the games.